This was the tail end of a year-long renovation of the entire home. And all these homes, there's 5 homes on the lake, and they are all sun washed in August, July, August, September, to the point that you just really can't sit out back once it's over 80 degrees. And the neighbors were wrestling with umbrellas and different sunshades and so forth. And so we kind of saved the pergola till the end, just to research it as far as we could to solve that sun problem. We were looking at commercial options, residential options, all materials, wood, composite, partially cedar or redwood with retractable commercial awnings in the middle of the runners, things like that, and then adding lighting, and then adding electricity, and then adding fans and things like this. The primary objective was to have all these items. You want shade, you want shelter, and it needs to look architecturally correct with the home. And once we started trying to merge all these things, you were mixing and matching things just to get a system together that necessarily weren't all complementary of each other. So once we found that the StruXure pergola, all these systems are integrated, they're pre-engineered, and the finished product is as promised. Once we really realistically looked at the numbers on to be able to duplicate it with any of our previous ideas, the money was right there. The crew that came to install it, the term that I think I used was brutally efficient. They were here, they knew what they were doing, they were familiar with their product, and they were in and out, clean, and just as promised. That was a reassurance as well.
Aesthetically pleasing is probably more important to me than the technicality of it, but yeah, for sure. It was important for me for the columns that we already had on the property to be able to be matched on this side, and StruXure obviously provided us an opportunity to make that happen. I still kind of felt like it wasn't beefy enough at the top, and then the addition of the cornice and that obviously provided a great opportunity for us to make that be a little more aesthetically pleasing.
And it's always good when the provider has pre-engineered options
yeah, for sure,
to get these goals achieved. It's not like there's any modification on their part. These are all options that are available.
And I'm so pleased with how that turned out, the ability to add the light, because that was kind of something also was important to me just from seeing other outdoor spaces on Pinterest and things like that. You know, I kind of knew I kind of wanted a light, and the fact that, you know, that could be engineered and done so that it could accommodate that made me pretty happy as well.
Again, once you realistically price that out to what that would take to duplicate it, with a contractor giving you real hard numbers, it's impossible to match it.
Now that I'm enjoying it, I really feel like it's money well spent.
Yes, yeah, and you can close the louvers and have your furniture stays dry, and you can sit out here in the rain if you like. But when it's time to be sunny, open it up.
Right.
The primary thing is always cost. And then, you know, my response is always, it just costs a little bit more to go first class.
You know, the other thing is this is made out of a very permanent material. So it isn't a material that needs restained, kind of followed up on. And so I think if people are concerned in regards to cost, that's another thing that they can consider, is the, you know, fact that it is something that isn't going to require repainting all the time, restaining all the time, things like that as well.
We live on a lake, lots of neighbors, lots of outdoor living spaces. We recommend it all the time. They're probably tired of hearing about it. I recommend it to my dentist today, because you really want to, once you go through the process of looking at options, you want to save somebody that trouble and just go straight to the end. I mean, you always find the best thing last. And so let's go straight to the end. And this really is the only option if you use your outdoor spaces like we do. And most people do or want to.